In a chilling move that reeks of authoritarianism, Pakistan continues its iron grip on Balochistan by arresting prominent Baloch leaders. On Monday, the Baloch Committee saw the detention of its central leader, Sammi Deen, and deputy organiser as police launched a brutal crackdown on protesters in Karachi. Despite the heavy-handed repression, BYC issued a fiery statement, vowing not to be silenced by the government's cruel actions. The arrests have been met with scathing criticism from the Baloch human rights group, labelling them as acts of state terrorism and calling out Pakistan's fascist regime for silencing peaceful dissent. And in an official statement, BYC denounced Pakistan's barbaric tactics, accusing the government of running a militarized oppression machine, bent on crushing all opposition. The arrests, framed as abduction-style operations, are seen as part of a long-standing genocidal policy aimed at erasing the Baloch identity through enforced disappearances, extrajudicial killings and systemic repression. BYC's condemnation echoed beyond borders, calling for international human rights organizations to hold Pakistan accountable for its growing list of atrocities. The treatment of activists like Mehran Marri, who was also detained while protesting in Quetta over the weekend, underscores the state's unrelenting crackdown on Baloch resistance. To talk more about this, let me now get in Mehran Marri, who's joining me from London, and also Dr Hamid Khan to talk more about what can be done when it comes to this particular issue. Why is it that the Pakistani state is cracking down the way it is, and where is the Baloch movement right now at this particular juncture? Mr. Mehran Marri, let me start with you. 11th March was essentially the inflection point, so to say, with that train hijacking and the way in which the entire Baloch movement and the Baloch issue has really come to the fore. First of all, let me start by asking you about your reaction to Mehran Baloch's arrest, the fact that she is not being allowed to meet her lawyer. How do you see that and the crackdown by the Pakistani state?
It has been common practice in the past by the fascist Pakistani military. Whenever there's a Bhutto like Zulfikar Ali Bhutto or Zardari Bhutto, which is a Zardari manufactured fake Bhutto, in power, then the real strength and the iron fist of the Punjabi military comes down upon the Baloch people. It has been proven in the 70s and it is being proved now. So you can see in Quetta and in Karachi, they're both Bhutto playgrounds politically. Therefore, the Punjabi military, the fascist military, is cracking down very strongly against the Baloch. With Mehran Baloch's case, being nominated from the Times 100 Women, BBC 100 Women, nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize.
To now facing terror charges. To now facing terror charges.
She's been not facing terror charges yet. She's facing 3 murder charges. The 3 murders of young men who have taken place by the Pakistani military in Quetta is being pinned on her. I was just in an interview before you. There's a Dr. Irshad. He said, you know what? The reason we have detained her, that's for questioning. We want to question her why she was supporting the Baloch fighters and she was not talking against them. We have educated Maharaj. We have given her a platform and she's a privileged person in Pakistan. We educated her and now she's talking against her country, Pakistan. These guys are really unaware of reality. They're so detached from the real situation on the ground.
Okay.
They live in cuckoo land.
Okay, they live in cuckoo land, but the fact that there are now protests that are engulfing Karachi and the fact that the Baloch movement has now been mainstreamed in a manner that wasn't there till now, Dr. Hamid Khan, how do you see that impacting Pakistan and its security calculus?
Yes, Gaurie, I mean, I have seen for the last few days, yes, it has been highlighted, sadly, by the supporting of Indian media and who supported the terrorism in Pakistan.
No, I'm not supporting anything. I'm just pointing out what is there. I'm not supporting anything.
Yes, I would like to say something.
No, you can say all that you want to, sir.
Yes,
but I'm just correcting the fact that nobody here is supporting what is happening. We are reflecting the facts. Go ahead, take your point.
If you would, please kindly, if you have asked someone to give his opinion, let me hear out, please. Okay. Okay, one thing is very clear that if Mehran Baloch or any of her allies did not have ethical courage to even condemn the terrorism, right, and then they expect that the law will not take the due course, it is not going to accept it by a lawful regime. And secondly, I mean, few dozen people who are already sponsored and funded by RAW and other foreign elements, if they want to carry on some kind of protest against the will of the 97% of Balochis, the government is not going to allow them to carry on such kind of acts against the state and against the Pakistan's existence. Third thing is that Mehran Baloch or anybody who thinks that by supporting terrorism, by killing the innocent labor persons, by just looking at their ID cards if they are Punjabis, and then on the other hand, the foreign element, raw supported element,
Again,
BLA, carry on.
Dr. Hamid Khan, I am giving you all the time to speak. You are speaking freely. Nobody's interrupting you. But that doesn't give you the license to go ahead and cook up stories and use my platform to further that. Sorry. As I said, you have all the freedom to express your views, but not the freedom to use this platform to talk about cooked up stories. My question is very simple. Simple question, simple answer. Which is Karachi is engulfing in protests.
Yes.
How do you see Pakistani state handling it?
Pakistani state is handling it fully lawfully, and the way the terrorists should have been handled. The only reason is that Pakistan state believes and have all the evidences of Indian involvement in shape of Kulbhushan Yadav and in shape of many dossiers, which we have provided.
Dr. Khan,
in the
the problem is I am according you all the respect and privilege that I do to every guest on the panel. You don't seem to be worthy of it. That's what it looks like. I'm going to give Mr. Marri the chance to counter this before we wrap things up.
I would like to say that
I'm going to give Mr. Marri, who's been patiently waiting. As I said, make your point. No cooking up of stories on this platform.
No, I'm giving you the evidence. I'm letting you know the reality.
Mr. Marri, please.
Yes, you do realize it's so difficult to have a debate or conversation with a Pakistani establishment spokesperson, because they have to read out from the card what's written over there. They won't listen to anything else. Now, the thing is, I mean, they keep on saying raw.
If he's accusing me and you're not stopping him, does it make sense?
Please, sir, give me an opportunity to speak. This is a Guardian article of yesterday. And this is probably in response to what 3 days ago ISPR and the military intelligence was circulating a document. They've given up on RAW now. Now they say the MI6 and MI5 is running a campaign against Pakistan in support of Balochistan and PTI and PTM. So they are really dreaming up a lot of things. I do realize they're guilty. So the guilty mind is cooking a lot of stories. Therefore, this Guardian article of yesterday really explicitly explains what's happening in Balochistan. There is a war, there is a fight, yes, of independence. But there is an illegal occupation, and there is atrocities committed by the fascist military of Pakistan in Balochistan. The Guardian's saying it. I am not saying it. It's the doing of the Pakistani military in reaction. All this is happening. Coming to Mehran Baloch. Mehran Baloch is a peaceful activist working within the perimeters of the so-called democratic Pakistan, which is not. It's a military state. But she's working within your fake constitution of 73, according to that. Sammi Baloch was dragged from her hair, put in trucks in Karachi, and they're disrespected. They have disregard for any human rights.
Yes.
So we believe the international human rights organizations will come down heavy-handed on Pakistan and its fascist military regime this time.
Indeed. Everybody is asking for the release of Mehran Baloch. But of course, Dr. Hamid Khan here, speaking for the Pakistani deep state and establishment, cooking up stories without giving a valid reason for Mehran Baloch's arrest. And the fact that the Balochi people and their movement needs to be addressed beyond just crackdown.